Hi, thank you for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name's Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona, and hopefully today with our bets and your bets, it's going to be another profitable day for you. Saturday, May 25th, Major League Baseball slate. Another full 15 games going on today in Major League Baseball. A lot of action this Memorial Day weekend. Obviously, we've got day baseball Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So a lot of stuff all throughout the day. We've got NBA playoffs going on, the conference finals on both sides. Also Formula One that we put out some episodes for, so hopefully you guys are all making some money. And just to let you know, if this is your first time watching our MLB show, first of all, welcome. Secondly, we fade or follow four teams: Cubs, Dodgers, Blue Jays, and I'm sorry, not Blue Jays. That was last season. We tried to stick four teams every season. So Cubs, Dodgers, Royals, and Orioles. We will give you leans and bets to look at in the other games as well, in all 15 games. But those four games is where we will put our money and our bets, and we'll go through all of those with you as well. So let's go ahead and get started as we have a full day going on. So 10:10 out here in Phoenix, 1:10 Eastern time. First game of the day, Blue Jays and Orioles in this one. Not Orioles. How about Blue Jays and Tigers? I'm sorry, I'm missing up teams here from the start, right? We're just getting going. Should be an interesting show, right? So, Tigers, Renee Olson pitching, Berrios for the Blue Jays. Berrios has been getting hit up a little bit over the last few starts, right? So that ERA that was below 1 is now creeping towards 3. Renee Olson 0-5. About an ERA around 2. What's that tell you? Probably no run support. He did get injured in the last game, his last start against the Royals, so only pitched 3 innings in that one. And that's the only reason his ERA is up to 2.1 because I think he gave up a couple runs in the first 3. Kind of shocking stuff there. For Olson, Blue Jays have already put up a bunch of runs in the Thursday night game of this 4-game set. Don't know if we're going to get much there. So line on this game currently around Blue Jays being a favorite here of about $1.16. Don't quite understand that one here with Olson pitching, except the Tigers' offense lacks consistency is the best word and the nicest way I can put it, or you can say hot garbage most times. But we do like the Tigers here, plus the 1.5 on the money line as well. We think the Tigers can score some runs here against Berrios, and Olson should have a good one in this one. Next game up. 10:40 out here in Phoenix, 1:40 Eastern time. Giants, Mets, Jordan Hicks, Luis Severino, game out in New York. So let's make this, break this down here a little bit. Mets are on an absolute suck streak, and the Giants have found ways to win some games, coming back and putting up some runs. And if you don't know, Lamont Wade is leading the league in on-base percentage as well. Jorge Soler, who is absolute horrible in April, has figured out a way to become productive here in the later parts of May as well to help out that offense. So they've been putting some runs together. They're back almost to 500. Mets, on the other hand, I think are going the opposite direction. Not only do they have starting pitching problems, relief pitching problems, they also got hitting problems. They just can't consistently put runs together or put hits together as they get a single, a strikeout, a single, and then 2 more strikeouts to leave a couple runners stranded when they actually are trying to put something together. So this particular game here, Giants are plus 110. Mets, $1.30 favorite in this one. And the way the Giants have played on the road here, especially what they did in Pittsburgh, we like the Giants in this one, to be really honest. Jordan Hicks has pitched pretty well as well. So do like the Giants here, getting plus 110 on the money line. Might stay away from the plus 1.5 if it's juicy, minus 210 on that one. But do like the Giants. Also look for Lamont Wade props in this one, maybe over 1.5 total bases or a walk. Bets like that on Lamont Wade as well. Next game up, 11:10 out here in Phoenix, 2:10 Eastern time. Rangers, Twins. Michael Lorenzen, Chris Paddock in this one. Another $1.30 favorite here, but for the Twins, who have struggled and struggled. And except for that 12-game win streak, it's been pretty bleak, actually, for the Twins all season long. The Rangers' offense has been a lot more inconsistent than what they would care for, and as a bettor, a lot more than we would care for as well. So, but do like Lorenzen in this matchup. It's once again, I'd take the dog here at plus 110 in this one. Plus 1.5 on the run line is only minus 184, like that one as well. in that game. So, and just FYI, Corey Seager has warmed up here as of late. I know he probably cost a ton, all of us a ton of money early on in the season, but Seager has seemed to warm up, so I would look at Seager props in this one as well. Next game up. 11:10 out here in Phoenix, 2:10 Eastern time. Orioles, White Sox. So they did just scratch a pitcher for the start on that one there, but it is Fetty for the White Sox. He's pitched all right. I mean, ERA around 3. He's got a majority of the White Sox wins as well at 4. Starter was scratched in this one. I believe it was supposed to be, it might have been Bradish in this one, but no update on that one. So it is off the board currently, but we did get some bets in before it did go off the board. We do like the Orioles money line, -1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Orioles over the team total. Orioles -0.5 a run first 5 innings, and -1.5 in the front 7. Gunnar Henderson and Mountcastles, who will be in this game. Gunnar home run double over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 2+ hits, and a walk in this one as well. As they walked Gunnar on the Thursday night game 3 times to avoid him as much as possible. As what is he, second right now in the league in home runs? Gunnar's had a fantastic season. He's hitting for power. He's not hitting much. Doubles and homers, especially on the home run side. On that one. But Gunnar is deadly at the top of that lineup. The bottom of the lineup's been rounding around to him all of a sudden now with some runs on. That Thursday night game, I understand a lot of people are still kind of the interference in the end of the game. Does everybody realize the Orioles were up 8-2 going into that damn 9th inning? And the White Sox scored 4? So don't give me this interference. It was the correct call. I understand it wasn't a popular call, but if you really look at it, it's the correct call, right? So I understand the interference deal. Trust me, I do. But they had scored 4 runs in the 9th, and it wasn't guaranteed. That was still going to be an out, if not 2 outs on that one. So no guarantee they get anything else across as well. So we still like the Orioles in this one to pound on this White Sox team that's trying to get the first pick, I guess. That's all they're really looking for. They've shedded basically everything else, and it's a shame. They've had a ton of injuries too. Mancado's out. They obviously lost Dylan Cease. They traded him earlier in the season as he was coming closer to free agency and probably no chance to sign. Trust me, I know it's frustrating being a White Sox fan. I've been a Cubs fan for 50 years, right? So I can understand the pain and aggravation. But the Orioles here, much better team. Take advantage of beating up on the White Sox. You got to take advantage of beating the bad teams. The Yankees have done it extremely well all season long. They crushed the Sox in a big set as well. So we'll take the Orioles money line, -1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Orioles over their team total. Orioles -0.5 a run first 3 and first 5 innings, -1.5 front 7. Gunnar Henderson, homer double over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 2+ hits, and a walk. Ryan Mountcastle, homer double over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Next game on the board. We get to, let's see here. We get to the 4 o'clock Eastern games. We've got Braves, Pirates, Lopez versus Mitch Keller in this one. Game 2 of the set here. Lopez has pitched really well. They're awful conservative with Lopez. They don't let him overextend himself, and they're still a little worried that he's going to get bombed like 3rd time through the lineup. Mitch Keller has not had Mitch Keller type of season so far. ERA is closer to 4, although it was over 5, so he's been pitching better as of late on that one. But the Braves are, like I said, just a little conservative on that part. Their offense is definitely not the same as it was last year. I'm surprised here they're almost $1.60 favorite. Once again, I'd probably lay it with the dog here. You can get plus 130-ish money. On the plus 1.5 as well, you can get minus 122 currently. It's a pretty good bargain there to get a 1.5 as well on that one. So we just lean slightly to the Pirates. I'm going to tell you now, it would not be a game we are absolutely going bonkers over either. So on that matchup there. Next game up, same time slot, 4:05 Eastern, 1:05 here in Phoenix. We are the Seattle Mariners, Washington Nationals. Logan Gilbert, sorry, Trevor Williams in this one. Trevor's actually been the best pitcher for the Nationals. And when the Nationals are at home, they're a much better team. Their home record's pretty dang good. A team that's almost right around the 500 mark as well. I mean, they've dropped a few games here as of late. Still like Trevor Williams, ERA under 2.5, and he's 4-0. Hasn't lost a start yet as well. Mariners tend to struggle to score, so I'm going to take the offense that I know that can score some runs. In this one, that would be the Nationals. You're almost getting plus 150 money. Also plus 1.5 on the run line. Would also look to the Nationals over their team total in this one as well. Same time slot, again, 105 out here in Phoenix, 4:05 Eastern time. We've got Astros, A's, Spaghetti Arrighetti against J.P. Sears in this one. So this one's a little tougher here. The Astros, I think, offensively are definitely more equipped in this one, but hate their starting pitcher in this matchup. J.P. Sears pitched pretty well for the Orioles in this one. I'll be honest with you, I'd probably stay away from the game. There is some bets to make in here. We like Oakland over their team total. We also like J.J. Bleday, which I've mentioned in multiple shows before. J.J. Bleday, I'd look for hitter props on him as he's been having a really good season. One of the league leaders in doubles as well. So over total bases, maybe a double on J.J. Bleday. Next game up, 4:10 Eastern, 1:10 out here in Phoenix. We've got the Rays and Royals, game 2 of the set. Rays are a slight favorite here, $1.16 on the money line versus the Brady Singer, Aaron Savali. Now, normally we like Savali, but he is having an absolutely horrid time here. His ERA is almost at 6. Brady Singer's pitched extremely well for the Royals. If you haven't watched the Royals this season, they're 500 on the road. They're fantastic at home. And they have got 4 starting pitchers that are going to compete against probably anybody's definitely top 4. With Cole Reagan, Seth Lugo, Brady Singer. Excuse me. Just the 3 of them there to mention, right? So, and then also Alec Marsh has actually pitched really well. And then Michael Wacha. So, starting pitching-wise, the Royals have what's going on at the moment. So, like I said, Savali struggled. The Tampa Bay offense is one of the worst in the league, except for Paredes, who's back. And Paredes is hitting well. I think he's got 9 home runs, OPS over 900. But the rest of that lineup, even Yandy Diaz and Randy Arozarena have struggled mightily. We're going to roll with the Royals one more time in this one. So, especially we can get them at plus money. That's hard to turn down against a team that struggles to score. So Royals money line, plus 1.5, minus 1.5, and minus 2.5 on the run line. Royals over the 4.5. Royals over their team total. Royals minus a half a run, first 3, first 5, first 7 innings. I think if they can get an early run in this one, they could dominate this thing and make Tampa Bay try to come back, which they've struggled with all season long. Now, Bobby Witt has struggled a little bit against Savali. Michael Massey, who we've got on there tonight, has hit really extremely well against Savali. But Witt's been on fire, so we're going to keep rolling with Witt as well. Witt, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 2+ hits. Michael Massey, homer, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 2+ hits. So one more time, Royals, Rays. Royals money line, plus 1.5. Minus 1.5, minus 2.5 on the run line. Royals over their team total. Royals minus a half a run, first 3, first 5, first 7 innings. Bobby Witt, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2 total bases, 3 total bases, 2+ hits. Michael Massey, homer, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Next game up on the board. Also at that 110 slot. Excuse me, I apologize. Brewers, Red Sox. Let's see here. Starting pitching-wise for Brewers, Red Sox. Ray versus Pivetta in this one. Brewers are on a skid as of late. The National League Central looked super hot there when Pittsburgh was winning everything. The Cubs and the Brewers were all winning games. They've all hit a slump, to say the least. The Brewers has been offensively, which they were kind of hitting above their skis pretty well for first 30, 35 games of the season. No shock there. Cubs, same thing. They just can't. The teams with no power, if they don't hit for average, they're in trouble, right? And both those teams have struggled there, and the Pirates' offense went into the tank, to say the least. Now, they did score some runs against the Giants, the Pirates did, but unfortunately the pitching that's been great all season didn't hold up. in the bullpen. But Brewers, Red Sox, to get back to this one, like I said, Brewers have been struggling a little bit. Red Sox at home, they're about $1.30-ish favorite. Roll with the Sox here. Also playing -1.5 on the run line. That's plus 140 or so. So we lean heavily towards the Red Sox in that one. Next game up, 3:15 out here in Phoenix. Let's see here. I'm sorry, 4:15 out here in Phoenix. Apologize. 7:15 Eastern time. We've got Dodgers, and we've got the Reds. Walker Buehler, Hunter Green. We just saw Hunter in L.A. Hunter pitched all right in that one. Reds didn't have enough firepower to get home offensively. That team suffered so many injuries. I feel bad for the Reds, as every fan for the Reds was thinking they were going to have a monster year, and it's been nothing but getting. They didn't think they would have any offensive problems. That's really where it stemmed from. The pitching staff's actually been pretty decent. Walker Buehler, first 2 starts, hot garbage. But he hadn't pitched in the majors in 2 years. Third start, much better. More we expect from Walker Buehler. So we expect Buehler to be able to keep the runs down, and the Dodgers tend to rake in Cincinnati. So we're going to roll with the Dodgers in this one. Dodgers money line, -1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Dodgers over their team total. Dodgers -0.5 run first 3 and 5 innings, -1.5 front 7. We're also going back to Betts and Freeman again in this matchup. Betts, home run, double. Over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 2+ hits. Freddie. Hopefully road cooking's better to Freddie, because the homestand for him was not stellar. So homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 2+ hits. In that one. So one more time in this Dodgers-Reds matchup. Dodgers money line, -1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Dodgers over the team total. Dodgers -0.5 run first 3 and 5 innings, -1.5 to front 7. Mookie Betts, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 2+ hits. Freddie Freeman, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Next game up, let's see here. We're going to get to one more, 4:15 out here in Phoenix game. 7:15 Eastern time is not on the board yet, as it's Cubs-Cardinals. Not on the board as of yet as we're cutting this episode here, but should be as soon as St. Louis figures out who the hell they're going to pitch. Jameson Taillon pitching for the Cubs. Came out after the injury, after the first month, was 3-0 and had an ERA of under 1. ERA is now up to 2.2, and he has been getting touched up the last few outings in this one. Now, the Cardinals, all of a sudden, are 23-26 and in third place in the National League Central. And by the way, they were dead last in the NL Central there for a while, making a little bit of a run here. I would say we would be with the Cubs in this one, but unfortunately, we're going to have to go the other way. Being a big Cubs fan, it's never fun betting the other way, so to speak, but it is what the handicap reads, right? So even though we don't know the starting pitcher yet on that one, Cards might be a slight dog in this one as well, but they do have a couple guys that have had really good success against them. Goldschmidt's had decent success. Arenado has absolutely torn up Taillon over his career. Nootbaar, it doesn't have in a few at-bats, does have a homer. Doesn't have a great batting average, as that's his only hit is a home run off of Taillon. But left-handers tend to struggle against Taillon as well. So let's give you those plays in this game. Cardinals money line, +1.5, -1.5, -2.5 on the run line. Cardinals over the team total. Cardinals money line, first 3, 5, and 7 innings. And then like we mentioned, Arenado, home run, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 2+ hits. And Nootbaar, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 2+ hits. One more time in that Cardinals-Cub, game 2 of the series. Cardinals, money line, +1.5, -1.5, -2.5 on the run line. Cardinals over their team total. Cardinals money line, front 3, front 5, and front 7 innings. Nolan Arenado, home run, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 2+ hits. And the same thing for Mr. Nootbaar. Nootbaar, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Next game up, Phillies, Rockies. on paper, man, could you get more of a difference in this one? Aaron Nola pitching against Dakota Hudson in this one. Dakota Hudson, ERA almost at 6. I mean, it's been pretty brutal in this one for him so far this season. It's been brutal for the Rockies overall. Phillies about a $2.30 favorite in this one, $2.30 favorite, and there's a reason for it. They're the hottest team in baseball. Let's see if it transitions to another road game here, but with Nola pitching, you figure he can keep the runs down on that one. The offense has been stellar for the Phillies. I mean, there's a reason why they're the best team in baseball at the moment. We'd lay it with the Phillies. We'd lay -1.5 on the run line over their team total as well. And Alec Bohm, we love. We'd attack him as well in this particular game there. Next game up. Let's see. We've got Guardians and the Angels. 6:38 out here in Phoenix, 9:38 Eastern time. The worst home team in the bigs is the Los Angeles Angels. Soriano pitching against Bibby for the Guardians. Guardians have been hotter than hot as well. If it wasn't for the Phillies, everybody would be talking about the Guardians right at the moment. They've won six in a row going into Friday, as well as the Royals have on that one. So on a heater as well. Guardians only a $1.34 favorite in this one. We like the Guardians here on the money line in that one. Next game up. 6:40 out here in Phoenix, 9:40 Eastern time. Yankees against the Padres. Padres favored a little bit in this one. Dylan Cease against Marcus Stroman. If you watch this show, you know that we do not like Marcus Stroman at all. I think he's overrated is a kind word for Mr. Stroman here. We like the Padres here, -118. Like I said, under $1.20 favorite at home. Also -1.5. Cease has been touched up a little bit here and there. Not a lot of hard hit balls like home runs and doubles. Tons of singles being put together. So we do like him there. We also like Jake Cronenworth as well if you're looking for batter props in that particular matchup as well. Next game up, and the last game on the board. 7:11 out here in Phoenix, 10:11 Eastern time. Marlins, Diamondbacks, one of the worst teams in the league against middle of the road. Right around 500 team here with the D-backs. D-backs did take 2 out of 3 from L.A., which was a shock in L.A., as they normally do not play well out there at all. Montgomery versus Sanchez in this one. Jordan's pitched pretty well in his time with the D-backs so far. I wouldn't call it outstanding. He's pitched well enough to win. Sanchez with over a 6 ERA. Montgomery comes in under 5, but he did have a couple outings that not much time yet that he kind of got blown up. A little bit, but in games that the Diamondbacks still held in because the offense was terrific. So in this one here, I lean towards the Diamondbacks in this one. Ketel Marte, also, if you're looking for batter props in this one, definitely Ketel Marte would be somebody we go after. Corbin Carroll has awoken as of lately, so Corbin Carroll hitter props as well if you're looking for some props in this particular game. And then it's, like I said, a slight lean with the D-backs in that one. They are a pretty heavy favorite, like I said, about $1.90. But probably worth throwing the lumber down on them as well. So at the end, obviously we went through a ton of bets, right? We're a volume better in all sports. So how do we check out all those bets you just made? Really easy to do. It's going to find our Google Sheets, which is our betting ledger in multiple spots online. So at the end of every YouTube episode, there'll be a link in the comments section, docs.google.com/spreadsheet, bunch of other stuff behind it. Click into there, go to 2024 baseball, scroll down to May 25th, you'll be able to see all those bets. You can also find that same link on our TikTok and YouTube channel pages. Same link, same docs.google.com/spreadsheet. Just click into that. Same thing. 2024 baseball spread down. If you want to check out the other sports while you're in there, please feel free to do so. That's what they're there for. So it'll give you the bet itself, what juice we got those at, how many units we wagered, then also the book that we placed to that. So feel free to check that out when you get some time. If you want to make life easy to find us, really easy to do, all you have to do is hit subscribe or follow, depending on what social media platform you're watching us on. Then we'll show up in your subscription or followers tab, and we drop new episodes of bets, you'll get those there. If you want to make life even easier to find us, also really easy to do, all you have to do is turn notifications on to your phone or device to let you know Sports Bets for Free has dropped a new episode of bets. Then you'll get plenty of time to match those up with your bets and give you that ton of confidence you need heading to the betting app or betting window. We do appreciate everybody's support as always, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode.